just out of Edgewater. An overnight shooting has left 2 people. There's another individual hurt.
Exactly what happened to these guys, if it was, somebody snuck up on them, if they was spotted on the block.
But somebody dropped Munna Duke low, man. Munna Duke now wasn't paying attention.
On the night of May 9th, 2025, Munna Duke was back in Chicago, slipping into the city he had tried to put some distance on. He linked with Youngin and a small circle of friends to celebrate a birthday. Instead of posting up on the south side, they headed north to Edgewater, a neighborhood of college kids, late-night eateries, and lakefront calm that felt a world away from Parkway Gardens. Pork Chops, a barbecue spot and bar on North Broadway, became their base for the night. They ate, drank, laughed, and filmed little flashes of it all for Instagram. Duke's story showed designer sneakers and the kind of easy, casual flex that said they felt safe where they were. One story carried a taunt to the timeline. We outside, DM gang 4 low. They showed what they wore, where they were, who they were with. Outside, accessible, visible. It read like a dare or a promise, depending on who was watching.
So yesterday, Munna Duke and Youngin and K Smooth was ambushed outside a bar. Now, why they was at this bar, man, for Gleesh's birthday, man, I still want to hear from Gleesh, man, because that's crazy that they'll be this big. They got the most ops, you know what I'm talking about, like, either you with OBlock or you with Tukaville or Jara, whatever you want to say it. It's like a split faction. Either you with them on their side or you on their side, bro. And the city split like that all the way to out west. You got out west that's picking sides over this drill era war.
Inside Pork Chops, the night ran long. Drinks kept coming. Stories turned to memories, to old names, to people who weren't there anymore. Duke talked about music moves, fatherhood, next plans. He had been telling interviewers lately that he wanted to move smarter, that he didn't have anything left to prove. Still, the city had a way of remembering you even when you tried to forget it.
That the shooting happened at this place called Pork Chop right here. Online it says they're a restaurant and jazz lounge. We're told the victims were standing right here on the sidewalk when someone drove by and started shooting.
Just after 1:15 a.m., May 10th now, they filtered out towards the sidewalk. The night finally winding down. The blocks were quiet. Streetlights hummed. A few passerbys drifted past without looking twice. Duke, Youngin, and their friend stepped into the open air, unaware of what waited beyond the glass. A car idled nearby. According to a witness, someone watched the door, and then the streets erupted.
The low was dropped from the inside, man. Somebody noticed Munna Duke, whether he was coming in or whether when they was about to leave out. Somebody noticed them inside there and called. Because we know this. How do we know this? How do you know that, Swipe? Because they was waiting outside. It wasn't no drive-by. They never just pulled up and they was standing outside hanging around smoking and then they just started shooting. No, they came as they walked out. They was ambushed, you know. Then they say a guy with a ski mask on, he was walking back and forth for about 20 minutes, walking back and forth outside this bar. No police around, no security. You would think a police came down the street 1 o'clock with a ski mask on. You would think somebody would be like, hey bro, hey, somebody outside, y'all be careful with a ski mask on. Notify security to the bar or something, you know. And then, so they get hit up. They get hit up now. They get ambushed. So after they get ambushed, a couple people just recorded. They was recording, sneaker recording them on the ground.
The first shot rang out just after 1:17 a.m., shattering the silence. Witnesses later said it sounded like fireworks at first, then chaos. A dark-colored infinity pulled up fast and precise. Youngin was hit multiple times in the upper body and collapsed on the sidewalk, where he passed away. There was no time to run, no time to react. Witnesses reported seeing pedestrians scrambling for cover, ducking behind cars or bolting into nearby storefronts. The third man in their group, a 36-year-old whose name was never released, was struck in the back. He managed to survive his injuries, but Munna Duke, shot in the chest, went down hard. Paramedics rushed him to Wise Memorial Hospital, but he was pronounced deceased before surgeons could even begin.
Take a look at this video we have of the scene. At least 40 evidence markers on the street here in the shooting's aftermath. Police say gunshots rang out just before 1:30 this morning. This is on Broadway between Devon and Rosemont Avenue. Right now, police say they don't know what led up to this shooting. When they arrived, they say they found 3 people shot and none of the victims could give them any information. We're told a 28-year-old and a 31-year-old man were both shot and pronounced dead at nearby hospitals. A 36-year-old man was also shot and taken to Evanston Hospital, where he was in fair condition at last check.
The shooter didn't linger. They jumped back into the Infinity and peeled off into the night, vanishing down Broadway like ghosts.
The shooter was captured on City Pod cameras and was possibly driving a stolen car. Detectives still looking for that suspect this morning. They say so far they've made no arrests.
Less than 2 hours later, the same Infinity was found burned on the far south side, stripped of evidence, and left smoldering near the Calumet River. Police swarmed the scene. Detectives taped off the entire block. Restaurant staff were questioned. Show casings marked the sidewalk like footprints. Friends and family gathered to remember Munna Duke, a father, a brother, a man who tried in his own way to change course. Video clips showed cardboard cutouts of Duke. A printed farewell service program with his name and photo was quietly passed around. Some kept it folded in their pocket. Others clutched it like scripture. Outside the official service, tension simmered. Whispers online claimed Duke's young son wasn't present. Some said it was a safety issue, that the streets had become too unstable for a child to attend his father's burial. Others took it as a slight. On May 24th, in OBlock, their crew also held a memorial for Youngin. In the days and weeks after their passing, their names were trending. Videos of the crime scene were already circulating. Some rushed to mourn. The mother of Duke's son poured her pain into a public Instagram story. "You bogus. You was the light to my darkness. I love you so much, baby. You know that I showed you that, and you know I was 10 toes no matter the situation. Too much pressure had them hating on you. We talked about everything, but this wasn't one. Not in a million years. I would have thought these would be our last days. We shared so many memories, and I tried capturing most of them." Banks continued, "I got our son, and you know I got you. My N-word can't get no bigger. Baby boy, I love you wholeheartedly. You left me lonely, but I got us. I always told you. Sleep tight. Never would it be. Rest in peace. Watch over me and my family, and I'ma stand on everything I ever told you. Watch." Rush to mock. Some voices online expressed shock and anger, and how quickly some rivals were dissing the fallen rappers. Munna Duke grew up in the heart of Chicago's South Side, surrounded by violence, poverty, and the concrete walls of Parkway Gardens, better known as OBlock.
People think it's dangerous, you know what I'm saying? People hear these all type of stories and shit like that, but to me, it's just like every day. It's like you go through that anywhere, no matter if you're Chicago, OBlock, wherever, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's just how the world is, you know what I'm saying?
His reputation wasn't built in the studio. It was built in alleyways and jail cells, forged in the long shadow of Kingvon.
To be honest, I never even looked at Von as a rapper because I didn't know him as a rapper. Like he did something he did once he came out of jail, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, it was kind of all new to me because I never pitched him. As we was growing up, he never said like, I'm gonna be a rapper, you know what I'm saying? So this just came about. So when I seen it like happen, like out the blue. So I didn't even get the chance to really, I had some conversation with him about music. When he asked me like, when he came home, he like, I'm finna start rapping. And I probably started laughing or something like, nah, I don't believe, you know what I'm saying? But it transformed like.
Duke was